Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Everything Bears show where we talk about everything Bears tonight. We're talking about undrafted free agents, and the Bears picked up quite the haul. A couple that they put an onus on. So let's get ready to talk about them as we get this started.
Everything Bears show, yo, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, yo. Everything Bears show, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, yo. First down, touchdown. Everything between the walls, oh now, bow down to the ground. Lakeshore downtown, sister throne of the north, up high, come down, find out, intercepted, locked down, found out, knocked down, 9 down, in the state, touchdown, blow. First down, touchdown. Everything between the walls, oh now, bow down to the ground. Lakeshore downtown, sister throne of the north, up high, come down, find out, intercepted, locked down, found out, knocked down, 9 round, in the state, touchdown, blow.
What's up, Bears fans? Welcome back. Everything Bears Show, your home for everything Bears. And we're on safari tonight, it seems like. These undrafted free agents come with all kinds of nicknames. we got
White rhinos, vanilla gorillas, and squirrel whites.
and squirrel whites.
Yeah.
So let's dig in. Hopefully, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well tonight.
Little bit of a reprieve from the draft, huh? Feels kind of weird going this late and not just sitting back. Like, wait a minute, we actually got to carry this show for 2 hours. Though, for all those that joined us Sunday, thank you very much for joining us. What a great time that we had. All the participation, all the comments. You guys were great. Hopefully, we see you guys here tonight as you guys file in and find your seats.
Yes. So, still a little punch drunk from the draft. There's still a lot of Twitter nonsense going on from Bears fans praising Ben Johnson and scorning Ryan Poles over the draft. It's like, would you guys just stop it? Just stop it.
In Ben we trust, right? You look at, as we're looking at the drafts, you look at what the national pundits were grading the Bears draft. And honestly, I was expecting lower grades because we thought of different reaches and stuff. But the consensus, like we've been saying, is there was no consensus. The boards were all over the place. What the pundits and PFFs and everybody else thought would be the draft order, it wasn't even close. I feel like it was one of those drafts that it was just up for grabs. Usually the big boards are fairly close. This year, not even. We did the exercise when we looked at the players and took away the rounds and where we drafted them. We felt a lot better about the draft. We kind of had to talk ourselves into it. The night of was a different story. It felt different, but we finally came around.
The knee-jerk reaction was we were upset.
Mhm.
But like you said, take away where they were drafted and just look at the selection. Look at our roster and see their fit and go, aha, there it is.
Yeah. The biggest one that was kind of the head scratcher for, I'm sure, all of us was Xavier Thomas. And if you look at him as a wide receivers prospect only, he was definitely probably 6th, 7th round. But I think the Bears were looking at him in a different light, in a special teams light. And in that scenario there, he was probably a 3rd or 4th round selection with the talent that he has in the return game. I think what they get in the return game is kind of what they drafted him for, and what they get in the gadgets and the receiving is just going to be a bonus. I mean, that's how we kind of have to look at it.
I think that's perfectly said. That's that pick exactly.
Mm-hmm. With that being said, let's get ready to dig into some of these undrafted free agents. So
Yeah.
the Bears were busy, man. Well, they pick up 13, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, 13 undrafted free agents, invited 3 other tryout players, and they still have 2 slots open to fill.
Nice.
Mhm. So maybe before we get into the undrafted free agents, maybe we need to talk about what they could do with these 2 open spots.
Okay. Yes, let's do that.
So 2 open spots. As I'll let you go first. What do you think? Who do you think that they're going to be looking at? Are they going to go another undrafted free agent? Are they going to go with a veteran? What do you think?
Wow. Well, again, so I'm going to be going off of things that I think we need.
Mhm.
Because if I were to use those last 2 spots, yeah, I'm going after a veteran. I'm making a move. But there's money that's an issue. There's apparently what Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles thinks about their roster as opposed to what I think. Because I
Mhm.
would say, whoa, Big Mike. Yeah, what they think and what they know about their roster versus what I think. And so the draft showed me I don't know shit.
Yeah. Me neither. All the
so
work
so
out the
me
door.
going, oh, I think I don't know because we still need DT and an edge. Let's
Mhm.
go. But what the hell do I know? I don't. I'm with you. I think Ryan Poles take the wheel. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. I we got to think, right? The one position that the Bears sorely needed that we didn't draft that we were hoping that they were going to draft was edge. So I gotta assume one of those are open for an edge, right?
Wedge.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking yes. Like that's what we need. But it's yeah. Big Mike to 479. Yeah,
Good
buddy.
Lord, man.
Yeah. So
Good evening, Noah.
tune in tomorrow night, everyone. Tune in tomorrow night for that one.
Yeah. So edge for sure. That last slot, man, that could go a couple different ways, man. Could be 2 edges.
It could be
Could
2 edges.
be another kicker, though the undrafted free agency, we got Thicker the kicker in there, so we'll talk about him later.
We
Um,
brought in a running back too.
yeah,
Is that right? Yeah.
yep. From a smaller school. So yeah, I think you're right, man. I think running back could be a spot. They have 5 runners right now. Um, you know, 6 if you want to count Xavier in there. But yeah, so you got Swift, Monangai, Roshan, which is questionable to me, Britton Brown, the undrafted Coleman Bennett, and Xavier Thomas, if you want to throw him in there. So if I counted that right on my fingers, that's 6.
Yep. And this just popped in my head, so this is completely off topic. We'll get right back. But did you see on Twitter that the week 1 game, Bears, Seahawks, is this real? Can anybody validate this?
Man, they've been talking about that forever, but the schedule is coming out soon. When is that schedule getting released?
Let's find out.
Yeah. I
Big
mean,
Mike
usually
says.
there's a few games that sneak out beforehand. So they're thinking like May 13th or 14th. So a few days, usually like the international games get leaked out. The opening game usually gets leaked out. It says that the season opener will kick off on Wednesday, September 9th, with the defending Super Bowl champ Seattle Seahawks hosting a yet to be named opponent.
Okay.
So,
So Twitter trolls.
yeah. I mean, everybody's been saying that since the end of the season. And we've been talking about it a couple different times, but to be determined officially. But if you're the NFL, how do you not make that the game? Big Mike saying Wilbon let it slip, so it's making waves. And Neville Gallimore at defensive end. I think he's going to play a little bit more inside, but we'll see. We'll know in preseason, that's for sure. You trying to find verification on that?
I am. I mean, I've already seen 2 posts, but they're not from anybody official. So
Yeah. Whew, Big Mike, man, 479. Are you filling up in the inner city of Chicago? My goodness.
yeah, that's I don't want tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Just really quick. All right. It goes down 20 cents, goes up 10, then goes up another 10. And goes up another 10. It's like what? Yeah. I'm at 420 where I'm at. If anybody's in the Discord, dang it, I didn't put the Discord in the comments section. I need to put the Discord's in the comments section. But yeah, I posted that the last couple mornings that I seen the prices go up and up and up. Uh-oh, Big Mike.
I have not seen this, but I have a feeling I need to go out and search this out.
It's got to be an AI thing. There's
Mhm.
no way a beer company's like, Mike Vrabel, we need you for a commercial. You're hot news right now.
Real American hero. Here's to you, Big Mike, having 2 mistresses on the side.
Oh, Big Mike says it's on. Okay, let me go look.
If you could at least play the audio, let's do it, man. This whole story is hilarious to me. And it's been going on for quite some time. The fact that she named one of her kids Mike or Michael,
Yeah, that's
a bad look, isn't it?
Yeah. Sure is.
Yeah, it
doesn't look good.
Good thing DNA testing's a lot cheaper these days. Yeah, it has the real men of genius sound good, because this is going to be everything I want it to be.
Nah, we shouldn't get dinged for this, I don't think, because somebody else made it.
Yeah, especially if it's AI.
Let's do this damn thing.
Let her rip.
All right, buckle up, boys.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
This offseason, we salute you, Mr. Strictly Professional Hot Tub Guy.
Mr. Strictly Professional Hot Tub Guy.
While others use the spa to soothe their aching hamstrings, you use 104-degree water to go off the record until the entire news cycle explodes.
Just 2 pounds relaxing.
Ah, the beauty of Sedona. Red Rocks, the breeze, the sounds of Mr. Kraft firing DJs for talking about a scandal that supposedly never happened.
Scrap the internet.
Each night, a magical revelation of erased Twitter feeds and leaked photos, and a wife who just called a divorce lawyer.
Deflategate too.
So crack open a wicked piss-up, Mr. Sedona Secret Insider. Then sit back, skip day 3, and watch the fireworks.
Strictly Professional.
Bud Light Beer in Husabush, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow.
Are you seeing all the stuff that they're digging up on this, man? Like Spotify playlists from the girl to Mike because they were in like a losing streak during the time when he was with the Titans. I was like, this, how are they finding this stuff?
Wow.
But it's out there. So
Yeah, I mean, so that's it. If they're on a hunt now, they're gonna unearth all kinds of things.
mhm.
Check the Epstein files. Oh my God,
Yeah.
Noah says, guys, I converted my girlfriend into a Bears fan. Or should I say fiance? That a boy.
There you go.
That a boy. Soon as she converted, you were like, will you marry me?
I now need to make you officially mine.
Yeah, Big Mike. Good question. Wait a minute. Who did she root for before? Where did you meet this girl? Don't you say Wisconsin.
Yeah.
She better have been like a Ravens fan or something.
Though I'm sure she would have plenty of Midwest nice if you did meet her. So
Midwest nice.
Midwest nice. All right.
All right,
Well,
boys. That was good. Thanks,
let's
Big
reel
Mike,
this
for the
back
share
in.
there. Let's get
Yes.
this back on the tracks here.
Yeah, but that Vrabel story, man, I tell you, I love it. I love it because it's from somebody else. So
Yeah. Not our guy. Ben ain't
Yeah.
doing none of that. Ben just wants to fist fight Matt LaFleur. There's no problem with
Yeah.
that.
She probably converted the damn way I converted, by force, constant exposure.
Just wore you down.
Yeah, exactly. So, whew. All right, man, let's get into this. So, undrafted rookie number 1, offensive lineman Jaron Kump out of Utah. So, this is what, 3 guys that have been signed by NFL teams, the 2 tackles, and this guy. So Utah must have had a pretty stellar freaking offensive line last year.
How you spell his last name?
Kump, K-U-M-P, Jaron. He's a center, technically, is what he played last year. I got his RAS score here, which I could share as well, so that we have everything on here, stat-wise. So, all right. So graded out 7.59. 11-inch hands. So the dude, when he locks onto you, man, you ain't going anywhere.
Okay.
5.27 in the 40. So probably a little bit more of a mauler. Not very explosive, not great change of direction. So to me, it sounds like he might be suited a little bit more for guard. Explosion was good. Agility was okay. Speed was okay. Though I don't need my offensive linemen running sub 5s as long as they're nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, multi-year starter with Utah. Probably got overshadowed a little bit about the 2 tackles. Fano and Lomu, I think, was the other one as well. They both got drafted fairly high. So, death piece, man. I think it's going to be a struggle for him to be able to make the roster, but it's going to be a competition piece in camp. So they have quite a few offensive linemen on the roster as of now. I think when I was looking earlier, I'm just going to bring it up real quick to see if they have the new people on there. I'd like to say they have like 13 offensive linemen on the roster right now.
That's good though, because you
Yeah.
just don't know who's going to shine. You just don't know. So you just put as many bodies as you can out there. Did your evaluations, and hopefully you brought the right guys in to bring some competition to the table. But like you said, he's looking at what, 3rd string or 4th string center at best.
Yeah.
So
you have, let's see, Krama Magaji.
he's still on the roster? No,
yeah. I think with that being said, though, I think you kind of uncovered something. I do not expect him to be on the 53. Theo, Kyle Hergirl, Jonah Jackson, Braxton Jones, Logan Jones, Jordan McFadden, Newman, Tooney, Trapillo, Jedrick Wills, Darnell Wright, and then the couple of undrafted free agents on that. So we signed 2 offensive linemen, which we'll get to the other one towards the end as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a depth piece. Doesn't seem to be, a super uber athlete, but a lot of different starts. So we'll kind of see what happens here. He's going to be third or fourth center because Newman was taking snaps at center as well. We thought before they drafted Logan Jones that there might be a possibility that Newman could get some snaps at center for the backup, but yeah.
Nice. Okay, I'm looking at his highlights. He's got some PFF grades if anybody cares about him. 2025 season, 66.3 is his PFF grade. He had 1 sack allowed, 0 QB hits.
Okay.
All season. So his run blocking at 64.1 and his pass blocking at 67.8.
So pretty average.
Mid. He's mid.
Yeah. Actually, we have 3 offensive linemen. The next one we signed on the list was the Vanilla Gorilla.
Let's go.
Caden Barnett out of Wyoming. Let's bring up his RAS. His RAS was very impressive, which is one of the reasons why he was one of the top undrafted free agent targets for a lot of teams, and the Bears were able to bring him in. They paid him almost $500,000 to get his rights for undrafted free agency.
Wow.
Which was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 9.53, 5 flat in the 40, 33.3 inch arms, hand size a little bit smaller than Jaren's was, 6'3", 316, only 22 reps on the bench. So I think that's one area that he really needs to get better at. He needs to hit them weights, put on some man weight with that. Romy's true, man. He just looks like a bear. If you've seen any of the pictures and stuff, he looks like one of those guys that you expect to be sitting on the sideline where he's got a bloody nose and, maybe blood dripping from his hairline from headbutting people all the time and going from there. Played at a smaller school in Wyoming. So it was kind of tough when I was watching the tape on him, going against smaller schools. So it's kind of tough to judge how he'll do, but he definitely, when you're watching the tape, you can definitely see kind of that nasty streak in him, which I kind of think is what, an offensive lineman should have, quite honestly. Like, he's one of those guys where if you cheap shot Caleb Williams, you're catching a face mask in the ear hole. So, he's going to come up and whisper sweet nothings to you.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, it looks like he's got great agility. So it looks like, they've showed a couple of the highlights where he's pulling in out on the move and moving to the second level. So I think, he's going to be a guy who will have to fight to get on the 53, but I do think this is a developmental player if he gets stronger. He's probably, I would say, kind of tagged for the practice squad, which a lot of these guys most likely are going to be. There might be 1 or 2 that break the 53, but we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. And because, if he is on the practice squad, Hallis Hall and the strength coaches, they'll beef him up real nice.
Yeah. Let's put this into perspective. So he threw up 22 reps on the bench press. Our starting safety that we drafted and Dylan Thieneman put up 21. So is that an indictment on Caden Barnett, or is that a feather in the cap of Dylan Thieneman? But some of the strongest guys in this class, what did we say, 37 reps on the bench? So, yeah,
Yeah.
he's on a little bit of the weaker side, but, he's got good feet, good movement. So if they could get him stronger and that becomes a strength of his game, it could be something down the future where he would project as a guard. He does have some tackle starting experience. So yeah, we'll kind of see. I don't think we'll really see him much this year outside of the preseason, but if he hits the weights real hard, you never know.
You never know.
Mhm.
And with injuries in this league,
Yeah.
you never know. But he looks like I'm watching his highlights. Definitely a good guy to have in your back pocket. He looks like there's some potential there.
And he's got an A+ nickname, right? The Vanilla Gorilla.
Vanilla
How
Gorilla.
how do you not? So we have guys, yeah, the Vanilla Rhino or the White Rhino, not the Vanilla Rhino. In Jordan Vandenberg that we drafted. We got the Vanilla Gorilla who we just covered, and then a little bit later we'll cover Squirrel White. He's a little bit further down there, but
It is a damn safari
it is, yes.
this off season.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed the thumbnail. We get it before you guys start hopping in the chat. The White Rhino isn't a UDFA. I get it, but we had to include him, man. Just great nicknames.
Yes.
Mhm. And then the next one that we brought on was Miller Moss, QB, Louisville. Okay. He doesn't have a RAS score. I don't think he really went through all the testing. But the big thing with Miller Moss is he backed up Caleb Williams at USC. So they have a good relationship. Could it be something there? Is it something that they could put on the practice squad in anticipation that they might lose Bajent or Keenum next year? Keenum to retirement, Bajent to a possible trade. Who knows? We'll see. Um,
He's going to be
but
another Austin Reed, MVP of the
UFL,
USFL. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, nothing exciting here. Started a handful of games, had a transfer to Louisville to get starts, which he did. But truly developmental, every which way possible. Doesn't really move the needle for me. I don't know if he makes the practice squad, but if he does, I would think it's an anticipation that at some point in time, one of those two guys are going to leave next year. My guess.
Yeah. I would say after this season, honestly, we don't need Case Keenum no more because
Yeah.
Caleb is taking flight.
Mhm.
So we don't need Case Keenum giving him any pointers or anything. Just one more season with him, we're good.
Yeah, till he truly knows how to watch film and be that rah-rah guy on the sideline still. Listen, I think that went a long way. I think Case Keenum was a very integral part last
bet.
season.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Sure of it.
So I'm sure they went to Caleb and say, "Hey, man, you want him around for one more year?" And I'm sure, he was kind of signing off on him saying, "Yeah, you know what? He helped me a lot. This is what he did." And that was enough.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hiromi checking in said the Bears are just so much fun to watch with Ben and Caleb. And it's going to be a marriage that we see for quite a while, man. So can't wait to see that thing blossom.
I get all giddy.
Yeah.
This season. Oh God, it's just like a few more months away. It's kind of like when you first meet that special somebody, and then for some reason you have to be apart for some time, and you're just waiting for that day when you're like, okay, we're gonna meet in summertime. We meet in September. I can't wait to see her. Like I
The
can't wait to see
butterflies
this.
fly up from behind you. The whole, soft sunlight behind you.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't wait. So giddy with anticipation.
Moving on from Miller Moss, nothing too exciting there. And a lot of these guys, listen, they were undrafted for a reason. A lot of people's big boards had them buried deep, right? But this guy's somewhat interesting. Casey Izemue. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he was a cornerback. The last time that he played with Tulane. Um, the first thing that jumped off of this guy's tape when watching it and watching his highlights, this is the guy who would take over the trash talking position. Because every time he made a play, he's standing up, chirping, shaking his head, flexing on dudes. Like, that's the type of cornerback this guy is. I don't think he was invited to the combine. I couldn't find any RAS scores or really any stats on him from last year, so he might have been out of football. So this one's really just kind of a long shot here. I don't even know if he'll make it to preseason. He'll probably make it through the OTAs to kind of see, but who knows, man?
Got a little breakdown on him. Apparently, he's got a big frame.
Mm-hmm.
He's a physical press corner. At best, he's developmental outside corner. He could add competition behind the starters, and he's got special teams upside. So we'll see how he does during training camp.
Yeah, 6'1", 198. Yeah, he was, like I said, he was just, it kind of like he just disappeared last year. I don't know if he got kicked off of a team, took a year off, had an injury, what the deal was, but nothing under game logs or bios or really anything. So kind of the great unknown
with all these guys, really.
Mm-hmm. We'll see here. All right, give me a second here. My page that I was reading the names off just crashed, so gotta bring him back up. All right, so after KC, we have Gabriel Palencia. Thicker the kicker is what they're calling him. Out of San Diego State. Did he have... I don't think I looked to see if the kicker had a RAS score because I refuse to, look up RAS scores for kickers. But pretty accurate. 88% field goal, only missed one college extra point. I think his long was around 50 to 55 for that. So he had plenty of attempts on there. Kicked at a smaller school. But it's one of those things where he's going to come in and give competition at the kicker spot, which I think is sorely needed. Unfortunately, with them not going after one of the higher rated kickers, I don't know if I'm convinced that the Bears are looking to upgrade that position.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
And he's a lefty too. So how does that fit in?
A left-footed kicker. I almost said handed kicker. That wouldn't make sense, but he might be left-handed too. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't want to say that I'm going to stand behind old Noodle Leg, but at this point, I don't think they're really doing a whole lot to push him. So we'll see. So we might have another year of Santos. Just means we're going to have to score more touchdowns.
That's right. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mike.
I don't want to watch a left-footed kicker. It's weird. Yeah.
It's weird. It is weird.
Ball's going to be hooking the wrong way, right? Like,
our punter's going to have to learn how to catch and set up the opposite way.
Yeah. I mean, Torrey might be up to the task. I don't
Tory
know.
Taylor. Yeah, I don't know. This could
Last
take
thing,
years. No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
the last thing we want to happen is that he gets his hands kicked on accident because he's holding the ball wrong, breaks
Uh-huh.
his arm.
Yep.
But yeah, so Gabe Palencia, Thicker the Kicker, another great nickname. Fortunately, it wasn't animal based, so he didn't make it into the thumbnail. But what are you gonna do?
Now, with such a nickname, I thought the kid would be bombing them from 60 yards,
Yeah,
but not so much. Would you say a long of 55?
yeah, I think that was right about what his career long was. Actually, I think 53. So
Yeah.
55 for 56 in his career on extra points. 36 for 41 field goals, so 87.8. Yeah, right at that 88% for accuracy, kicking out in San Diego. Okay. Um, sure. I don't know how well that translates. It looks like most of the games they played on the West Coast. Could he come in and be effective in January at Soldier Field? I don't know.
Right. That's a far stretch from when you think San Diego, you think it's perfect 72 degrees year
Yeah.
round. Like it's just beautiful out there all the time. Can he kick in 12 below, wind swirling, it's snowing? I don't know. At least it lights a fire under Santos's ass, okay?
Yeah.
There's that.
I
Don't let
was
him just walk around all training camp thinking he's like, king of shit mountain. No, you're gonna have some young kid pushing you a little bit.
yeah. Zaveda, the kicker that we liked out of Michigan, he ended up going to the Giants camp, which is a shame. There was only one place kicker drafted, and that was from our NFC North rival Packers, who
Mm,
ended up taking a kicker out of Florida. He's
really?
got like some type of funky nickname or something like that too, but I really didn't care to try to learn it because it's the Packers. And quite honestly, I want McAnus to win out that job because he was one of the Bears MVPs
He was
last year.
clutch for the Bears.
He was.
He was clutch.
Yeah.
So you beat me to it because I was gonna say, so they drafted a guy. Like, did they kick him off the team? No, he's gonna be competition
Yeah.
for him. Okay.
But Goody did the Packers GM did say something in one of his pressers that they need to be more consistent at kicker, which is a shame. I thought he did fine. This
From
is my opinion.
from my spot on the angle I was seeing it on my couch, I thought he was perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
You just keep him around. Keep
Nailed
him
it.
around. Yeah.
But Big Mike wants his kicker smoking cigarettes on the sideline like they do in the movies.
Yeah. Or
Like
some
in
hot blonde.
Yeah.
Or a combination of both. A hot blonde who smokes.
Yeah. Why stop there, right? uh, so after Thicker the kicker, the Bears then brought in Coleman Bennett, running back, Kennesaw State. So this one's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
A smaller school that he came from. Runs with a little bit of power, not the fastest guy in the world. I'll bring up his RAS scores here.
Okay.
So, not the most explosive athlete in the world either. 5'11, 203, 17 reps on the bench press, ran a 4.68 40. So
4'6".
definitely not a home run hitter. That's
So
kind of like in the Roshan type of range, I'm thinking.
he's a battling ram.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
He was running through a bunch of arm tackles and stuff. Again, it was on weaker competition. I shouldn't say weaker, non-power 5 competition. I'll say it like that, smaller schools.
Okay.
But he did break a few open, split the gap between a couple players. Not a ton of highlights really to speak about. I think he had 7 touchdowns last year when I was looking at it. So,
Well, either way, I mean, I think the kid's got an opportunity because I don't want to say the running back room is wide open, but That third spot to me is wide open. I'm being hyperbolic, but yeah, if he shows out, that third spot can be gotten.
Yeah, I mean, if he comes in and he's a special team demon, Roshan can easily find his way off of this roster for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I think that's where Roshan's role is right now is on special teams. What did he get? Maybe 3 carries last year, I think, when we looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think he's really going to be used in an offensive role. Straight special teams. So if the guy's beating you out on special teams, guess what? They'll shuffle it around a little bit.
Yeah.
Roshan's just a bigger dude, you know?
Yeah, he falls forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey now. Hey, how you doing? Hey now. Thanks for coming back. He says, yeah, it's a cheaper option over Johnson.
Yeah,
Damn
I
Skippy.
think this year is Roshan's last year, I'm pretty sure, on his rookie deal. Year 3 for him. See what happens.
Yeah.
So Noah's saying the Bears are loaded with talent. They definitely up the competition on there. I mean, pretty much every space has competition in it. Minus edge. So not that, that could change. We'll see.
It might, because again, I keep thinking, it's about the way the draft fell and what we drafted, and us not really paying attention to DT and edge. Shamar Turner, before he got injured, they were playing him a lot on the outside.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where he's going to be. And maybe he's better than what we got to see, and they know it because they saw it. And we didn't get to see it as much because he got hurt so darn early. Yeah, maybe there is going to be a little bit of competition out there.
I think right now, heading into the season, the Bears have to be really high on Austin Booker because if they weren't, they would have made a move by now, whether it be in the draft, free agency, whatever the case may be. But they must really expect Booker to take another step like he did last year, this year, to make him a viable DN candidate.
So. I got around to seeing pictures of him. That kid bulked up. That kid is bulked up.
Yes, yeah.
So, if he wants to do that jab that he likes to do, let's see you really drive that in an offensive lineman's shoulder one time. And so we'll see. Just stay healthy, please. Just stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. If he could get the double-digit sacks, man, that would be huge for this team. Assuming Montez is doing what he's doing on the other side, I think they would be able to do okay with that. I still would like them to bring in another rotational guy who could be a situational pass rusher like a Joey Bosa or Von Miller. You're not going to break the bank for those guys. And if they want to play another year, they're going to have to take a team-friendly deal. That's what it's going to boil down to.
Yep. And gross, Romy. Gross. Funny, but ew.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
The next undrafted free agent we picked up was one Skylar Thomas from Oregon State, a safety prospect. Again, still was in a Power 5, but Oregon State's conference kind of decided to leave. So we didn't see a ton of them on there. Pretty sure I got his RAS score here. So graded out 7.82. Not bad for an undrafted free agent. 6'1", 210. Pretty light on the bench. Not the strongest dude in the world. Ran a 4.6 40, but he's a taller, bigger body type of guy. Pretty good, explosive, good in the agility as well. When watching tape on this guy, he was making a ton of plays down and around the box, so he's a little bit bigger guy. Pretty decent in coverage as well. but it really seemed like he was a willing tackler, and he's going to be one of those guys with that safety room being what it was, even though they drafted Thieneman. There still was only 3 legit safeties on the roster. So he has a chance to be a depth piece, depending what they want to do with some of the other guys that they picked up. Um, he might have an outside chance to stick around. I think definitely would be a developmental practice squad guy. Geez, who am I trying to think of? They brought in Cam Lewis, who I think would be one of the other guys that will be used in a multiple role in like the nickel and cornerback. But yeah, I mean, he looks like a willing tackler. It's going to be a guy that will help provide a little bit of depth. I don't really see him breaking through to the 53, but he's a guy who's in there to help drive the competition. Could be a practice squad guy in case one of your safeties go down. Then you have options still. Maybe like more of like a third string type of guy.
I mean, because I'm looking at the Bears roster right now because I just want to see who do they even have listed at safety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of them are listed at DB, but
DB is how it's listed. Yeah,
you got Kobe, you got Dylan, Elijah Hicks is technically a safety. Blackwell, I think, plays more DB. I think he plays more on the outside. And then Cam Lewis can play both. He could play corner, he could play safety. So I definitely think that's why they ended up bringing this kid in to see.
They still got Jalen Jones. Where's he usually at? He ain't lined up at safety, right?
No, I think he's more of a DB cornerback. So.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, this kid might have a shot. Give it your best, kiddo. Give it your best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he might have a chance of breaking through or at least sticking to the practice squad. Definitely needs to get stronger, a little bit more explosive. 4.6 in the 40s, so I really don't see him, running deep with guys type of thing.
No,
but
wow.
When you have Kobe and Dylan there, and those guys are plenty of fast. So even if one of them's on the field, you got some speed to cover the back end.
Indeed.
Curious to see we'll get to Kelly. There's a couple guys a little bit later on this list that I'll be a little bit more excited to talk about. But we'll get there, man. We'll get there. Another tight end that the Bears brought in, Hayden Large, tight end from Iowa. Practice squad guy all the way. I don't think he has a chance of breaking the 53. I think I have his res as well. Yeah, I do. Some of these guys just didn't test, so they didn't have them. But
blocking tight end.
Yeah. The Vanilla Gorilla is going to be a good one. Yeah, man, he needs to get stronger, like we were talking about earlier. I think if he could change that in his game, hit the weights real hard, I think he has a chance to be a good depth piece on this offensive line. I think guard will be where he kind of makes his hay. So Hayden Large, prototypical blocking tight end, didn't do a whole lot in the past game for Iowa here. 6'3", 255, 17 reps on the bench. Pretty good explosion grade, pretty good agility grade, 4.72. This is going to be a guy who might challenge Kalanick for practice squad spot. I think that's what you're looking at. Plus, you're starting to tap into the Iowa tight end legacy. It seems like they've pumped out plenty of good tight ends from there. So why not take a flyer on a guy? He was well coached and see what happens.
Just see what happens. That's it. It's basically what we're doing with all these guys.
Yeah.
These are all just flyers and see how they perform, see how they fit in, and then take it from there. I'm sure they'll probably, the way Ben Johnson likes to do it, is he'll overload these guys and see how they can work through it. So,
yeah. This next one, out of everybody that we picked up, this was the first guy that just wowed me when I was watching his tape. Jaden Loving, defensive lineman out of Wake Forest. So I probably watched the most tape on him because he just looked different than all the other guys in watching what their highlights were. I know I have his raz here, Jaden Loving. So a pretty good athlete, 993 raz score.
wow.
6'1", 309, 33 reps on the bench. And this guy ran a 4.840 at 310 pounds. When you start watching this guy, if you just type in his highlights, the guy chases inside out like an NFL defensive tackle. This kid, I think, has the potential to get into the rotation from what I'm seeing.
Let's throw
very
him up. I got
impressive.
something.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
got something, and there's no branding, so we'll be good to show it.
So he wears number 8, which I think, yeah, he was over 78 there.
Look at this kid. That's a big boy, and he is moving.
Wait until you see him go like inside out, man. It's this one. I was like, wow, okay, they got something here. How was this kid not drafted? You see him running his 40 in like the pro day and stuff.
Wow.
Very impressive, man. The kid looks like he's pretty well put together.
Yeah.
And he's moving quick. Splits a double team right here.
Just split a double team. Got to the quarterback. Pressure up the middle.
Coming down the line. That's an athletic play. He was falling down when he made that play. Granted, again, this is against some smaller schools, but you see the athletic profile here. Yeah, I was actually pretty impressed with this kid. Didn't they sign him to a 3-year deal? Are we talking about Jaden Loving or the Vanilla Gorilla? But
because yes, to the Vanilla Gorilla, I think they signed him.
Yeah, I know they gave him like $500,000 with the contract that they got him on the UDFA.
This kid's just a wrecking ball.
He's just eating dudes up, man. When I was watching this, I was like, wow. This is against Delaware here. One of these plays, he goes inside out and chases down the line, and then there's another one where there's a read option, and he just strafes down the line and keeps the quarterback in front of him. That's Florida State, or no, Boston College, it looks like. That might be Auburn, or no, Virginia.
You know what? I will be wanting to hear about this kid throughout mini camps.
This is one of the guys that I was most excited to see. The kid he has some juice, man.
Yeah.
He definitely stood out.
Keep our ears open on this kid. Holy cow.
Transpired we are going through undrafted free agents right now. So your white boy from Oregon, we know what he's gonna be. The kid, Jaden Lovin, the dude is strong as hell. He's fast. He's quick. based off of what our D tackles looked like last year, why couldn't this kid
Yeah.
compete for a 53 spot, man?
Yeah.
I don't know. It in watching all this kid just looked different. I was like, wow, man. I'm excited to see this guy play.
I am. I'm definitely excited to see him during preseason. Yeah, because we'll probably see him a lot in preseason. And if he does make the roster, shoot, man, he might be a very good 5 on the depth chart at DT.
Mhm.
So he will see some grass. He'll get some reps during a game. Not crazy, but
Yeah.
and then again, barring injury, put him in there.
One of the things as you're looking at that, his first step is fast, explosive,
Yeah.
and it looks like he gets off of blocks pretty well. You know, people don't latch on to him.
No.
I don't know, man. Like, out of all the prospects that we signed undrafted free agent, this guy has, I think, the highest ceiling. The Vanilla Gorilla could be right there with him on the offensive side. Those
Yeah.
are the two guys who I will be watching the most. Because Caden Barnett, man, if he gets you on the ground, he's going to be one of those guys that just throws one to your ribs while he's at it. So, um, he was also he's also mastered that snatch down move too, where offensive line or when defensive linemen lean too much, he'll just snatch you down and just smother you. I love that type of stuff. So Jaden Loving, remember that name, boys. I have a
Jaden
feeling he's got a shot. All right. Now that my undrafted free agency crush is done and over with here, now we go to Squirrel White. Wide receiver, Florida State. Interesting UDFA. Same body type as Xavier Thomas. Made most of his stats and made his name in Tennessee and then transferred to Florida State last year, which really didn't work out. So he really didn't do a whole lot last year, but all of his production came from Tennessee. With 3 years at Tennessee, I think he ended up catching almost 100 balls for like 1,600 yards on that. Just kind of going off of memory for his stats, but he could be one of those guys that, is one of those shifty little guys here. His RAS score is horrible at
Holy cow.
1.53. Ran the 40 and 4.6, so not the fastest guy either. But I think he had an injury that he was trying to recover from, and I don't know if he's fully back from it. 5'9", 177, poor explosion grades. Did not test very well in agility either. So this guy just might be somebody that they bring in to help fill a roster spot and
To
work out these
grab the
other guys.
water bottles and
Yeah.
just clean up the towels that are thrown around, help cream sleeve, vacuum and mop the floors. What the hell? I'm confused by this. I didn't think I would see a RAS score like this come from Ryan Poles.
Yeah. I was kind of shocked when I saw it as well, but I don't know. Maybe they're hoping to recapture some of that magic from before.
So it does look like the Bears to answer Haynow's question. Yeah, they signed him. I didn't know. I can't find how many years the deal was when it comes to the guy we just covered. Golly, my mind.
Jaden Loving.
Thank you. Yeah, they signed him, but I just can't find how many years.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really go into contracts and stuff. Most of these guys, are going to be fighting to make the team, but two that I can see for sure sticking around would be Caden Barnett and Jaden Loving. The rest we'll kind of see what happens. Squirrel White, honestly, from what I've seen and everything, I was not impressed with this guy at all. Just to be
No,
honest, I don't see him sticking around.
Big Mike either. He seems to fall a lot after the catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, now, yeah, no block, no rocks. So
3 years was the new standard. Okay. So
mhm.
all these UDFAs that they signed 3-year deals. Okay.
Yep.
Well, then what, like Wedge said, they're bringing them in just to fill a roster spot.
Yeah, they got to have, people to compete in rookie minicamp. So you could try to line up a full squad and try to run a little something on it, but who knows? Who
Who
knows?
knows?
Yeah. The next guy we brought in was Bo Gardner, a long snapper from Georgia. Um, Straight competition piece. The Bears long snapper right now. Um, I they let their last one go, but I think they signed the long snapper from Iowa. Um, if I remember correctly here, Luke Elkin. Yeah, from Iowa, who was, I think, Torrey Taylor's long snapper. It's a long snapper. I'll be honest with you guys. I did not watch any tape on a long snapper. I don't need to see a guy snapping the ball. So, just my opinion. But okay, sure. Why not?
Hey, bring them in.
Yeah. Why not? Could be a good practice squad guy. Um, whatever might happen type of thing. In case Luke Elkin goes down. Was it last year that we had a long snapper injury, or maybe 2 years ago? But where Cole Kmet had a snap for like a game and a half.
Yep. He won a special teams player of the week that week.
Yeah, that's right. Because
He was
what
catching touchdowns and then holding the point after.
Mhm. So why not?
Hey, did y'all catch that whistle episode Cole Kmet was on? Remember I said a couple shows ago I saw the one with Luther Burden.
Mhm.
Now Cole Kmet was making mole and fried chicken.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that sounds all right.
delicious. Look good.
I made some brisket sliders this last weekend with a chipotle dipping sauce. Very good. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe I should have invited Caleb Williams at the kitchen or something. We could have done a cooking show with Wedge.
Hey, you know what? Clip that.
Caleb, have your people call my people.
Yeah, this is going to be a thing. We're making that a short and see if we can't go viral and get Caleb over by your place with the smoker.
Yeah. Romy's chomping at the bit with the snapper joke. Yeah, Romy, come on, man.
Yeah, he's cooking something up right now.
Yes, he's typing it out. All right, moving on. Omari Kelly, wide receiver from Michigan State. Interesting guy. Kind of has the same body type as Jordan Reed from the Packers, but not nearly as fast or explosive. That's kind of was my comp when I was looking at him. Has good hands, was featured in the red zone quite a bit. So I think he has a chance to make the wide receiver room on that, whether it be practice squad or not. There's a chance, man. I did like his highlights when watching him. He didn't have, I think he had one drop last year, so it's kind of nice to see there. He didn't grade out the best. 4.58 40, 5'11, 190. So kind of more of like a slot type of guy, but he was also a willing blocker, a lot more than what Squirrel was. Slot guy, could be somebody that could be a developmental piece, could hang on the practice squad.
Yeah.
I think if Jade Walker is projected to make the 53, he could kind of take that slot there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is somebody that could possibly stick around. I'm with Mike. I kind of like this kid too. I wasn't as excited about him as I was Loving, but yeah, I mean, he stood out, played against big time competition all year. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm looking
kind
at
of
his
proving that with
highlights
him.
right now. Definitely, I like it. Yep, you guys are right. You guys are onto something here.
Yeah. He seemed like he was a pretty good route runner. Like they seemed pretty crisp, like in and out of his breaks pretty well.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
I
it's
like
Michigan
his.
State, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I like his hands and his body control. I've had to see him like adjust to make kind of an acrobatic catch. He's got good body control and good hands while he's doing it. So that's good stuff.
Yeah. Big
And
Mike, this might be a really good comp, kind of like that Tom Waddle type. Not going to, blow your doors off by any means, but will catch just about anything that comes his way.
yeah, possession receiver, we used to call them back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, those terms have kind of gone by the wayside, haven't they?
Possession receivers, yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's all about explosives.
Mm-hmm. You think of like the Heinz Wards and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
um, being possession receivers, but yeah. And then the final undrafted rookie signing was Mason Murphy, an offensive tackle out of Auburn. Again, another depth piece. I think he would translate better to guard in the NFL. Nothing really kind of jumped off at the tape for me. Like most of these guys, I don't know if he's going to stick around, but saying they jumped around schools, does that concern y'all? In this day and age of NIL, that stuff doesn't bother me any longer. These kids are looking for the best opportunity to be able to get themselves on tape and be able to get reps. And he found a place that he did. So, and it ultimately ended up helping out. And it's not like it was where it's loyalty to this or that. Right now, these college players, to be honest, their loyalty is to money. Who's going to pay them? Because if they don't make it to the NFL, they got to make their money while they're in school.
Yeah.
I not to go on a complete tangent here, but that's what drives me nuts about college athletics. I used to love college football, but with the NIL, and one of the teams that I rep in Michigan, I root for, they're one of the big NIL spenders, but it has made the playing field so lopsided where these top blue chip schools, the power fives, they can just load up and nobody else really has a chance. It's really shifted it to where these smaller schools, there is no such thing as a Cinderella anymore. Sorry. You could get to the college playoffs and you just get your doors blown off. There's not going to be a Boise State, running the Statue of Liberty play against Oklahoma to beat them back in the day. That type of stuff's just not going to happen anymore.
Yep.
Just my 2 cents on that. I do not like the state of college athletics right now. They either need to cap it or create like salary caps or something. I don't know what the answer is, but I do agree that these kids should make some money based off of all the money that the universities are playing.
Yeah.
Should it be to the tune of $10 million a year? To me, that sounds a little excessive. I don't know.
But I mean, but the revenue that's being generated for those colleges, it's kind of,
Yeah.
God, like some of these programs are just raking it in.
Oh,
10
$1 billion
million's
a
like
year,
a
sure.
toilet paper roll to them. Yeah, take
Yeah.
the 10 mil, kid. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. What did I see? A story in Wisconsin that like they're looking at adding tax money to the NIL. because it's a state institution and using like state funding for it. I
Oh,
could be
ew.
completely wrong, but when politics start interjecting and public money starts getting involved, that's too much at that
Way
point.
too
So
much.
yeah,
Way too much. Don't
it's
get me
just
started on the government.
yeah. I mean, they want their hands in everything,
They
and
want
then
their hands in everything.
like you said before, name a
One
handful
thing.
of things the
No,
government has
just
made
one.
better.
Give me one. Okay.
Yeah.
I challenge the chat. Give me one thing the government's ever got involved in and made it better. I'll wait.
Yeah.
You can at me on Twitter if you want. My handle and links are down in the description. Name me one thing the government's ever got involved in and made it better.
So just to Google that story to make sure I wasn't talking out of my ass. As of April of 2026, a new Wisconsin law authorizes 14.6 million annually for UW-Madison and 200,000 each for UW-Milwaukee and Green Bay to support athletic department debt, freeing up athletic revenue for NIL payments. This funding, coupled with private groups like Varsity Collective and Badger Athlete Partner, aims to boost NIL competitiveness. That just sounds like a god awful precedent. I
I've
don't
got a
know, man.
vein popping out of my neck right now
Yeah.
hearing this. Like, in no way should taxpayer money have anything to do
With
with
sports.
that, with sports or athletics or funding. Nothing.
Yeah. Paying players.
No.
Okay. Some government money might need to be there for stadiums and things of that nature.
Books
But
and computers, but
yeah,
paying athletes?
I heard that and I was like, wow, Wisconsin, we really got that wrong. I just, oof.
So Big Mike,
Oof.
that 479, did it? Big Mike's good. You keep up with all my shows. Did it dip down and then raise back up beyond where we were at? Because that's what mine did. We were at $4, went down to 380. Now we're at 420 now. So just tune in tomorrow. Just
Yeah.
guys in the links, follow the Book of Ezra. Tune in tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow night. We got a big show tomorrow, but my gosh. All right. So are we done with the UDFAs? Because
Yes, UDFAs are over. The three players that we brought in as invites, Dane Walter, Josh Kreutz, Olin Kreutz boy, was invited to camp. He was also invited to the Giants. I tried to see if he made a decision. I'm assuming he would go to the Bears camp. And then Terrell Tillman, who was a D-end at Texas Tech, who could be an interesting prospect. He was behind the two studs at Texas Tech, did not see the field a lot, but could be a very good edge. We just didn't have enough information on him yet. So,
yeah. Okay. All right. Those guys don't get signed, right? The invites? Do they get?
yeah, not unless they can make it. So, it looks like they got a handful more. We talked about Dane Walter, who was a offensive lineman from UW La Crosse, which I think is a D2 school.
Okay.
Kreutz, Terrell Tillman, the DN from Texas Tech, Devin Pringle, a DB from UConn, Christian Vaughn, running back from Hawaii, Jax Harrington, an offensive lineman from Louisiana, Jaheim Ward, Eastern Kentucky, DJ Harris, Youngstown State, and then Wayne Matthews, a linebacker from Michigan State. But those guys would have to defy all the odds to really even make the practice squad at that point. Akers was invited to me, as in like David Akers?
The Akers? We need a producer of the show
Yeah.
to just constantly be fact checking, fact checking, fact checking, fact
Is
checking.
it Cam Akers?
What's he's unsigned? Nobody's signing him?
Yeah.
I thought he was still serviceable in the league. If that's who he's talking about.
Yeah.
That Akers.
Yeah. It's okay. Sure. How old is Cam Akers, though, man? I mean, he's got to be up there a little bit.
Oh,
Kid from Northwest.
Okay.
Punter or kicker? Luke Akers, the son of legendary Philadelphia Eagles kicker David Akers, has been invited to rookie mini camps for both the Eagles and the Bears. Okay. That might be the same situation that Kreutz is in.
Yeah.
Probably going to go to the Eagles, but you never know. If he's looking at it, he might have a better shot at making the team for the Bears. And I'd rather take my chances with Santos. So,
Right. Then who's in
Philly's kicker?
Who's in Philly? He's a good kicker, ain't he?
Yeah. Elliott, I think. Jake Elliott, yeah.
I think Kreutz, on the other hand, got an invite to the Giants, and he might be having a better shot there than here. I don't know.
Yeah, I was looking at Olin Kreutz's RAS score, and sorry, Olin, I don't want to offend your son. The kid's not a very good athlete.
No.
Let me see if I can bring him up real quick here.
Well, he's a Kreutz, damn it. Raz Shermaz.
Exactly. Let me see if he's on here. Yeah, he is. 3.93. Let me bring him up real quick here.
Yeah, 6'2", 280, small. That's a big human being.
Yeah, 300 for centers are small at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
But that means the kid can move, pull him, do all kinds of things with him.
I mean, it might take him a while to get out on the edge. His 40-yard dash was 5.47. Like, when I was his age, I could have beat him in a foot race.
Yeah.
I can't beat him now. I mean, you need a sundial to time me now. But 6'1", 290, strong kid, 32 reps on the bench.
Yeah,
somewhat explosive, but just not very fast. Okay agility, but comes from good stock, man. I don't think anybody thought Kreutz was going to light the world on fire coming out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So they'll have, 4 centers in camp. If the kid looks good, could be a practice squad guy, if Bradbury goes out, maybe find his way to the second string center, third string center, practice squad guy. Who knows?
If his kid's out there on the practice field, is there any chance he's there, like in the stands with the fans, or?
Yeah, why not?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not very good RAS scores there, but again, we're gonna go off the namesake. We'll go off the namesake. The kid's gonna bring it.
Yeah,
and
plus
again,
he played in the Big Ten, so he played against good competition.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember trying to find him during the draft process to see, what the big boards had him ranked, and he wasn't even on there. So
that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Hey, now that's what I was getting at, because I want to see that. I want to see Olin stuff George in a locker. Just grab him by the collar around his neck and just drag him into a locker and stuff him in there. Nerd.
Nerd.
$15 an hour. Stick it up your butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I got something pulled up if y'all are ready. I don't know how we're going to do this, but oh, was it $12 an hour? My bad. I thought it was 15. I thought it was $15 an hour. If you guys want to do this, you guys want to have a little fun here. I don't know how much fun we'll have, but we'll have to. It depends on what they said. Okay, really depends on what they said. You ready? You want to do this thing?
Let's do it, man.
We'll just try it for a couple minutes. Okay, we're a little rusty, but Ben Johnson, Ryan Poles, folks, spoke after the draft. Let's take a look, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Learn.
What up, Learn?
I want to thank our staff. I think one of the cool parts of a draft process is everyone's got a part. Everyone leans into the process and puts in the work. And on draft day, you see it all come together. And our staff is amazing at what they do, the time that they spend on it, and the ability to work together. We found great alignment, and that created a lot of good clarity, which resulted in a good draft. And I know we got better as a football team. We added competition, and usually when you add competition, good things happen. So I don't know.
My staff had told me repeatedly that night to stay away from defensive line and edge rushers. So all that hard work and preparation they put into it, that's exactly what I did.
If you have anything to say, but
Yeah, I just piggyback on it. I couldn't be more pleased with Ryan and his crew. These scouts, they went out this fall and they collected all kinds of information, and I think they absolutely nailed it. We found guys that fit our DNA and what we want to be about. We found it round 1 through round 6 there, our last pick, and even in some of these guys we're picking up right now, I think we're still finding our type of guys. So that was important for us, and you would hope from year 1 to year 2 with this coaching staff and the personnel department, we're so much further along than we were a year ago at this time. So that's what's encouraging to me and Ryan, and really look forward to seeing these guys hit the grass here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so last year we didn't even know each other's names, so we have a head start on that, and I can get in these guys' asses even earlier than I was before, and I don't have to play as nice. Like, hey, coach your guys, get them ready, and we'll be all better for it. Just listen to me, Ben Johnson.
Should have been coach of the year, Ben Johnson.
You say how much significant roster change since January? Where do you see improvement? Where do you sense the football team's gotten better since last season?
Well, I'm going to start with continuity with the coaching staff, because I really do think the ability for us, a group of guys, a lot of which we hadn't coached together before, looking to unify that vision and bring it to life the way that we did last fall. We're going to be so much better off having gone through the cut-ups. I know we've really refined and made it a big effort here this springtime already to get the fundamentals, the techniques to another level in terms of how we're teaching it and how we're coaching it. And so I think it really starts there, at least from my lens. I think we'll be better teachers of not only the scheme, but also just the vision of what we want our brand of football to look like. And so in terms of the personnel side, the roster, I think we have, just like Ryan said, created competition really across the board.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Caleb Williams. Okay. That's Caleb fucking Williams. Okay. That's where the great progress is going to come from. Have you seen this kid? He's already throwing balls with his guys out in California. He's getting ready. This is going to be a top 3 offense in the league. Maybe even the best, because that's what we're aiming for, because I'm Ben Johnson, and that's Caleb Williams, and our offense is going to be the first-ranked offense in the NFL.
Ryan Poles at this point is thinking, damn, this dude can talk.
Yeah, why am I even here right now?
Yeah.
I really expect some of these young players that we already had in the program to take a huge jump from year one to year two of this coaching staff. And then we create a lot of competition really at every position group. So
Talk about the DNA of this class. What is the common thread to you that you see in these players you've got the last 3
yeah, well, I think Jeff King hit it a couple days ago, and that's really, we're looking for high-level competitors, guys that if you took football away from them, they really don't know what to do with themselves. It's a huge part. They eat it, they sleep it, they breathe it, and I think we're able to identify those type of guys. And when you have guys like that, they usually find a way to come out on top.
So we have guys who actually like football and enjoy playing football, and they don't get too wrapped up in their own podcasts and everything else. Um, like that guy to the north there who's got knee problems. We have guys who actually like to play football, and if they didn't have football in their life, they would probably, be axe murderers or something with all that pent up aggression.
How similar is that?
What strikes you about Dylan's skill set?
At safety, well, that's what you kind of from being an offensive guy. It's rare that you see a safety as a guy that you really worry about, and yet it was pretty quickly that you could turn on his tape and realize he's always around the football. He's got a knack for the football. He's a great tackler, and when he does it with violence. And so, to me, his style of play showed up. I thought Oregon did a great job putting him in a position to succeed, and he really thrived in that system. And it goes back to his Purdue days as well. I mean,
Okay, you know what really got me and sold me on this kid, the safety, was that he plays every Sunday. He doesn't suffer from concussions, and he doesn't get burned deep constantly. So when we saw that, it really jumped out on the tape for us, and we were like, you know what? I want this kid. That's why our safety took a walk this offseason. That's what happened there.
he just, for 3 straight years, high-level production. And then when you combine that with the athlete that he is, the football IQ, to us, it was a no-brainer when he was there. But I really do think he's going to be a guy that one of those rare safety types that coordinators are going to have to account for.
And given how much is on a center's plate in the NFL, particularly in your offense, what's the benefit here for Logan getting to come in, maybe learn for a while under Garrett, maybe take his time before he becomes a starter?
Yeah, well, I think we were really smitten with Logan throughout the process. You know, Dan Roshar, Kyle Devan, they went out and went to several places this springtime to make sure we could identify the guys that we felt really good about. And obviously Logan was at the top of the list for us. And so we felt convicted as a staff, coaching staff and personnel side, that he was our guy. The mental is top notch. We saw all the traits that we're looking for, whether it's the run game or in pass pro, and we brought him in for a top 30, and I think that's when it really solidified it for us that, yeah, he's got the makeup. The guys at Iowa were raving about him, and then just the next level in terms of football IQ as well. So.
Yeah, so this guy's actually got a decent head on his shoulders. He's not, see ball, get ball type of guy. He's actually somewhat cerebral, pretty smart guy. And let's be honest, to run my offense as a center, you got to be a pretty smart dude. And if you're dumb, you ain't going to make it, man. But this Logan kid, he seems okay. He's got a good head on his shoulders.
I'm Ryan Poles for a second. Hey Ben. Psst, hey. Can I talk? Can I answer a question? Can I answer a question here? No? Okay, I'll just shut up. Okay.
I think
no, Ryan, you can't.
None of us have any qualms that he'll be able to download the information, and once again, it's just another spot that we'll have high-level competition at.
Coach, you draft a potential future center. You draft a tight end who has a specific role in your system. You draft a kick returner and maybe a third, fourth, fifth type of receiver, the type of player. Is that indicative of you knowing exactly the types of pieces that you could use for certain particular roles in your offense? And then, Ryan, if I can ask this of you as well, is that a different place to be?
Well, then I'll start with Ben. Yeah. I'm a mad scientist, and I'm in the laboratory and I need my ingredients. And when I tell this guy sitting next to me what I need, he goes and gets them because I'm Ben Johnson. Do you understand? The most high-flyingest, most explosive offense in the league. Me. So, yes, when I drafted a tight end, you know how much 13 personnel we're going to run now? Like 60% 13 personnel. That's what you're going to see. Where we're going to be cramming it down your throat, and then you don't know when we're going to send those tight ends out for receptions. Number one offense in the league. Should have been coach of the year, Ben Johnson.
In terms of roster building, to be at a space where you can use draft capital on specific types of pieces for specific roles on the team.
Well, yeah, there's certainly things going into the offseason. Once again, Ryan did a great job through free agency, making sure that we patched any major holes so that we could go into this draft and feel like we could take the guys however the board laid out. And, the one thing I do feel pretty confident about is this is what, you feel good about. Just tight end position, for example. You got Colston Loveland, who you love. You got Cole Kmet, who you love. Well, we're really targeted at that third tight end spot. What does it look like? What do we value the most? And so what is most appealing to us might not be most appealing to the next guy. Same thing with the wide receiver discussion that you're talking about. What's most appealing for us? And as we fill out that room, knowing that Rome and Luther are big components of it, we want to find guys that help complement the skill sets. And like I said, the non-negotiable is be the type of players that we want to be, and so that we can bring the vision of the football to life.
Ooh,
That was a long one.
yeah.
BPA. Listen, me and Ryan, we kind of have this system. If I want something, I get it. That's the system. Ryan, dude, are you still awake over there?
Good.
Buddy?
Press conference. Yeah. I'm here.
We're best buds, so like we got our own high five and everything. And like I said, I get what I want. So, and Ryan just signs off on what I want. So, away we go.
Facts.
Ryan, I'm sorry. Can I get a response from Ryan on the second part of that question?
I think the biggest thing is just our communication and the communication.
Oh, I get to answer now? Oh, a question for me now? I get a question now? Okay, great. Yeah. Can you repeat it? Because I forgot, because Ben was talking for the last 10 minutes. So can you repeat that question for me again? I wasn't listening.
Communication with the front office and the coaching staff as we're watching these players and handing that off to our coaches. We're talking about how are we going to use this player in our system? How would you use them? Where can we emphasize their strengths of their game? So we talk about that a lot, and that goes into the draft. So we have clarity in terms of how that player is going to come in and impact our team.
Ben,
Yeah, so basically Ben tells me who to draft because his vision needs to come to fruition for us to have the top offense in the NFL. So when he tells me he sees a toy, a shiny new toy that he wants to put on offense, I just have to pretend like we don't need defensive players for a minute and draft whoever he says. So, 50 burgers. Be prepared for 50 burgers this season.
How is it for you to be in this position as the offensive play caller and have so much direct input into the players being picked compared to before when you were with Detroit? But now you have such a big voice in the room that you're getting to really handpick guys that you need for things you want to do.
Well, yeah, I think that's any head coach in the NFL. They have a good partnership with the general manager, and what we're looking to do is have a unified vision on how we want to build this football team. And so, just like Brian alluded to, we've got constant communication of what we want this thing to look like, and I do think we're a lot further along, just in terms of our vision and year two here than it was a year ago. So that's what fires me up the most.
Yeah, after the offense that I rolled out there last year, I think I have the right to kind of tell old Ryan Poles what we need there. So what Ben wants, Ben gets. I listened to this show called Everything Bears, and they said it best. It's the Ben Johnson effect, baby. How can you have the Ben Johnson effect without getting the guys you want? So what Ben wants, Ben gets.
Ben, what did you learn about in your first year as head coach? What did you learn that helped you focus the DNA, or at least being super clear about the DNA of the kind of player you want? Ryan mentioned the other day that it's just kind of a little more focused than it had been.
Well, I think it starts with we know what's currently in our.
I do have to say, just really quick, to break out of character, as I'm watching Ryan Poles throughout this, he's always so used to sitting next to the Flus, and Ryan Poles would have to do all the questions or have to answer all the questions. Nobody gave a shit what Flus thought or had to say. Everybody's Poles. Now even the whole media are like Ben, and Poles is sitting there like, assholes. I'm the GM here, okay? He's my sidekick, not the other way around. And Hey now says, right. Helping a brother out. Oh, go ahead, Wedge.
It was so cringy. Even the reporters noticed. It looked like Ryan Poles was like hoping, he would get like a notification on Facebook or like a good TikTok video to watch during it. So
seriously, he doesn't know what to do because Ben's fielding all the questions. To be fair, he's getting asked the questions, and Poles is sitting there like, "This was my draft. I drafted these people. Ben was just telling me who he wanted, but at the end of the day, it's my choice. I decided." Well, maybe not so much. And we're just picking fun. I don't think for a second we're not thinking these two, they're on the same page. These guys are with each other all day, every day, preparing for this draft. Ben's not telling Poles what to pick and none of that. He's just, giving his input, and then Poles decides. That's my belief. We're just having fun.
Definite collab, yeah, for sure.
It's a hyperbolic satirical skit. If nobody's caught on yet.
Ross in our locker room more than what we did a year ago. We were still getting to know the players, and so I think once you've figured that piece out, you have your conversations with Coach Hightower and Coach Allen, and how they see it as well, and how we want to shape it, and how we can make it better, how we can make the whole environment just a little bit better. And so I think that's really what goes into it. We know our guys, and so we know what we want to mix in there a little bit more often.
Right. With today's picks, it was like.
We really want to go from 24 points a game to 40 points a game. So that's how we looked at this draft. How can we just go from 24 points a game to 40 points a game? That's what we're doing.
A little rundown about how it all came together, and you traded up twice, and maybe what you like about the three defensive guys you got today.
Yeah, we were just monitoring, the back end of this draft, and there's names that we were real convicted about. That again, we had clarity on what their role was going to be in terms of their opportunity when they get here. So we were a little bit more aggressive with those names. So with Malik, he's someone that we talked about. Al, Da, and I. We like the way that he covers. We like the play style. And we think there's room for him to continue to improve too. So add competition in that quarter room, and we think that he can positively impact us and give us more depth early. And as he grows into something bigger, we'll see how that goes. And then Keyshawn, a player that physical brand of football, has really good size, can run. And then again, his ability both to play the linebacker position and also help on special teams. Hightower has a huge say in this whole deal too. We want to make sure those guys can perform on special teams, which is going to help them make the active roster, which is important. And then finishing up with Jordan. Again, the real cool part of this whole process, you go through, your winter film work, and then you get back from the combine, and then you got some guys that maybe non-combine guys that do really good at pro day that pop up on your radar. Jordan was one of them, and as we got his name around the building and we were working together with the coaches, there's a level of excitement. So he was a player that we identified that we wanted to go get. We didn't want to wait any longer. I don't think he would have lasted to us in the 7th, so we're a little bit more aggressive, went and got him. And you could tell with the energy that came through the building, and especially our D-line coaches, they were fired up. So really excited how we finished this draft.
With Sabian,
Oof.
The dude's got a nickname, the White Rhino. How would we not take that guy? I mean, come on. Hey, listen, this has been show, and if it was the Flus, I'm sure we would have drafted defense. But, you know, what Ben wants, Ben gets. Ben wanted offense, he got offense. And then DA, sorry, buddy, you're just going to have to deal with what you got, man. You have the White Rhino now. And plus, besides, I was watching everybody's mock drafts. Nobody knew who the hell to pick in the 7th round. So we just eliminated that situation and then traded up. Took the White Rhino. That's my guy.
what about his game stimulates your creativity offensively? What's a realistic way that you can involve him early?
Well, yeah, he's got a unique skill set just in terms of he's a 4-2 guy, and those guys don't grow on trees, and so it's easy to look at because that flashes up and everyone sees it. But yet when you turn on the tape, it's more than just being able to run deep routes. The versatility that he showed both at Mississippi State and at LSU from the backfield, whether it's running routes or getting handoffs, and then the returning aspect of it. I think it all adds up. And, Coach Randall, myself, Press Taylor, we all have a vision of how this guy could really help us. And as I talked about, it's a compliment to what Rome does best, Luther does best, Khalif does best. And so he's a guy that we really feel like can play a key component in what we want to do this year.
100-mile-an-hour crossers all day long. We're going to put him in motion, and then he's going to release, and 100-mile-an-hour crossers peppered all throughout the game. And, of course, what he brings to special teams, of course. Because I will say what he just said. Rome, Luther, great guys, great hands, great route runners, not running 100-mile-an-hour crossers. This kid, 100-mile-an-hour crossers. I wanted him. I needed him. I got him. Ben Johnson.
Ryan and Francis St. Paul described mannerisms you have when you're watching tape.
Yeah, what are they?
Well, Francis said you do some rocking, and are you aware of the things that you do when you?
I mean, we're sitting in the chairs for a long time, so I just got to shift position. But no, it's weird. I feel like I'll sit next to Ryan when those.
Oh, that's nice. I must have missed this part when I listened to this. So this is him.
Yes. What can I do with him?
Like just psycho minding. He's just psycho minding as he's watching tape. Holy crap. Oh, word.
Scouts are in there, and I almost feel like we can feel each other a little bit, which is unique for a couple guys that really haven't done it together for a very long time yet. And so there's just, I think he and I view players very similarly, and so I'm sure we do kind of feed off each other a little bit.
And you and Ryan both were pretty open all offseason about needing pass rush improvement. The fact that you didn't sign a big name one in free agency, didn't draft an edge rusher, how is it going to get better with the same guys who were out there last year?
Well, we're certainly going to coach better than what we did a year ago. And like I said before, it starts there. We've made a concerted effort in how we're going to get that done. We were excited about the guys that ended up finishing the season on IR, the trajectory that they were on, both Dio and Shamar. When you look at it from the start of the season to the point where they both got injured.
I'm going to pause it there. Go, Wedge.
So first of all, I'm sure all you guys know we have a motivated Dio coming back. So that's number one. Booker, have you seen this dude? This guy is a beast. So I expect him to take a big step as well. And then Shamar Turner, hey, listen, man, this dude's going to be sneaky good. So don't discount the fact that we're going to take a huge leap with some of these young guys. And we told them what to do in the offseason. We didn't get a chance to do that last year. And Ben Johnson, should have been coach of the year. So we're good. I hope. Please say we're good. Please.
Can I also add? Let me also add that he says they're going to coach better. Let's not forget they have very unorthodox coaching.
Yes.
We have exclusive what goes on and what he means by they're going to coach these guys better. Here we go.
Dio, 1 sack in a year? That's all you're giving us? Give them the treatment, boys. Is this motivating enough, Dio?
Huh? You're going to get to that quarterback now? You're going to get to the quarterback?
1 sack?
Huh? Get to that quarterback! Okay. We digress. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, pretty interesting, man. And I think Learn set it up here in the comments as well. Can someone just freaking admit the injuries are a huge part of the defense's problems? They're killers at the end of the year.
Yes.
I think we started seeing the Booker thing, which gives me some hope that we're going to be okay. If, like we said before earlier in the show, if he can make that step from last year to he did this year, that same type of progression, very similar like we're expecting Caleb to make, make that big step like he did, we could be okay. I'm not going to say we're going to be great. I still think even with a motivated Dio, and if Booker takes the next step, you still might need a little something extra, but we'll be in a better place. I think we can start moving that needle towards the middle of the NFL for our defense. We'll see.
And so, just to also piggyback on that, the injuries were definitely killers. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This year, if everybody could stay healthy, like you said, again, we should be able to come. I mean, because like you said it last episode, that how much, you don't want to put this in the universe, how much worse can it get, really? We were 28th ranked defense in the league or something. So it's only got to be up from here, right? Let's just trickle. Let's just kind of work our way to mid, somewhere in the middle, just an average defense at best, and let the offense take care of it. But let's be mid. Let's be a mid defense. But injuries were killer all year. Linebackers, DBs, linemen. It was awful. Hopefully this year will be better.
We saw growth and we saw them trend in the right direction in terms of what we want to see on game day. I think Sweat had one of his better years in the NFL, whether that shows up in the sack total or not. He's a very complete player, both run game and pass game. And I think you saw tremendous growth from Booker when we were finally able to get him back as well. So the combination of us being able to coach better and those guys taking the next step as part of this system, I think we got some pretty good pieces to work with.
Yeah, let me just state that stats are for losers. Okay, Montez Sweat is an absolute specimen of an athlete. He's going to get his. We just again need to coach the rest of the defensive line up a little bit better so that he could eat, so that he can really eat. But he's out there busting his ass. They do say, if you ever listen to the players and they're asked, like, who's the most freakish athlete on the team, a lot of them say Montez Sweat. So that's other athletes saying that about him. I'm sure they're not saying it just to be nice. The dude's a freak. He just needs some help, damn it. Needs some help.
Ryan, on that front. Strategy at quarterback, as far as bringing in young quarterbacks behind Caleb and Tyson, and did you get some scouting intel from Caleb on Miller Moss?
Oh, that's out already. We did really good work. Again, JT and some of our scouts got together and watched, a large stack of quarterbacks and trying to identify ones that could come here and compete and perform. it's important to keep working that quarterback room and making sure that we got guys that can come here and again add to the competition, and guys that we want to pour into so that they can develop, and then we'll see where it goes.
Ryan, with
Caleb came to us and said, "Hey man, can you draft my boy?" And we said yes. What Caleb wants, Caleb gets. They were best buds in college, and yeah, I mean, Jade Walker's moving out of Caleb's house. He's lonely. He wants somebody to move in for the off season. So yeah, I mean, it's Caleb Williams. Yeah, he gets what he wants. We're good.
Yeah. And also, I think the reputation of quarterbacks coming to Chicago and dying, we took that really personally. So now we're going to prove that we can actually develop quarterbacks. Tyson Bagent, Austin Reed, and now this kid. We're going to show you that quarterbacks don't come here to die. Quarterbacks come here to thrive.
We will make the UFL better, baby.
All right, there's still too much of this interview left, so that's our segment of Coach Speak. It's a lot more fun during the season because, like, there's stakes on the line. There's, like, far more emotion. So, but that was good to do. That was fun. That was nice shaking it off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like Big Mike's comment. I love when Kevin Warren would talk to players and say, "God bless," and they would be like, "Hell yeah, bench drafted demons."
Yeah.
Big Mike, after watching the coaching sesh, was he was excited about that.
Oh well, and that's also a reference to Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Now me so horny. What can we get for $10? Yeah, Tubuku. Girl, I'll show you Tubuku. What a great movie.
No boom boom soul brother. Caleb needs someone to take soup outside. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. And why not his former backup from college?
He needs somebody to go get his matcha. The whole nine, man.
You know, which I just tried for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
And?
It was delicious. It was a banana matcha.
Mm.
Delicious. I've actually been trying to find matcha so I can make it at home now. But I won't paint my fingernails. You can forget it.
It's okay if you want to, man. It will not demasculine you. We won't judge you here on Everything Bears.
Yes, you will. You all will.
Maybe. You might catch a little hell.
But no, good. The banana matcha was good.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Banana matcha approved. I hear it. All right.
I might do it before shows. I might have a matcha during the show, just during the season, for good luck.
Okay.
I see Big Mike. He makes it with honey. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's good for you, isn't it? Like loaded with the whole thing's a whole antioxidants and probiotics and all that good shit.
Okay, good.
So
good.
So that I could ruin it during the game with ribs and smoky links and yeah.
Meatballs. So gotta get your pregame going so that your stomach's digesting everything just fine and be good to go.
So that right after the heart attack I die from during the game, I'll go right to sleep. I'll sleep like a baby in a food coma. Yep. Well, shoot. Got about 7 minutes left. Anybody got anything to say? Thank you guys so much for showing up. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Follow us all on all of our socials. They're down in the description. They're just hyperlinks. They're super easy. You can just click open the description and read it and say, oh, yeah, hey, I'm on that platform. Boom, follow. Hey, I'm on that platform. Boom, follow. Follow us on everything. And tonight, if you're new, also like and subscribe. Share. Do all that good stuff. It really helps the channel. I tell you what, during the draft, we had really good turnout. It was good to see everybody show up in numbers and in force. It was awesome. Hey, now you're new to the family. Welcome. Dang it. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back. Thank you guys for joining us for the draft. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys for several hours that week. Thank you guys for sticking around for the shows and everything. All that stuff helps. And damn, man. Yeah, the participation in the show was outstanding. What I think we said last time, we had over 300 comments that you guys threw out there.
Yeah, it
So
was
with a lot of new
crazy.
faces, it was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good turnout. Let's see. Hey man, good coach speak. I was cooking my dinner and laughing. There we go. There we go. And then tomorrow night, Big Mike, tomorrow night, I'm covering this because yes, this is another thing. I saw that. They bioengineered ticks so that when you get bit by this tick, now you're deathly allergic to beef. I'm telling you, they're out to get us, but not on the Bear Show. Okay, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, show up. Book of Ezra. If you're not subscribed, hit the link below. My link's in there for my YouTube channel. I stream on Twitter as well, so you could follow me there as well. But tomorrow night, be there. We're going to talk about we're going to talk gas prices. We're going to talk about fake hoax, assassination attempts for ballrooms,
And these god awful ticks.
and these motherfucking ticks.
Hell no. That will almost make me want to go out and put down that tick killing stuff because I'll be damned if I'm going to end up allergic to meat.
Can you imagine?
I'd still eat it. Like, I'll puke my guts out.
Yeah, you'll be sick and in the hospital. I don't care.
I want this piece of brisket.
Yeah, it's just like that. That's how evil. But okay. Tomorrow, not a Bear Show. I want to rant so bad, you know it. Oh, he says, I know. I'm just messing with you guys. No, that's fine. But please, yeah, show up tomorrow, Big Mike. Please, 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 please. Oh man, yeah. Good night. What a good night. So we're just around the corner, boys. Just really quick. Schedules are coming out soon.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. And then the rookies, they report also coming up very soon. We're going to have a lot of coverage going on.
Yeah, I got the dates right in front of me here. Rookie minicamp, May 8th through the 9th. So hopefully we get a little bit of info coming out there. Unfortunately, I think that's mostly like those guys getting their helmets measured and all that stuff.
Yeah.
OTA offseason workouts, May 27th through the 29th and June 2nd to the 4th. Mandatory minicamp, 9th through the 11th. And the schedule is supposed to come out Wednesday, May 13th or May 14th, Thursday. For our sake, I hope it comes out the 13th because
that show night.
Yeah, exactly. And then are we going to do prelim wins and losses when the schedule comes out, man?
Of course.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We'll have to write it down and then compare it to what we think after preseason for a final, see if we want to revise everything or anything, and then go from there.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, you have to do that much like the mock drafts. As soon as the schedule comes out, we'll do a prediction. And then when preseason happens, we'll do another prediction. And then before week 1, we do a final. Now that we know what our 53-man roster is, another one.
Yeah.
And then we call in the hens. How do they say that? The hens come home to roost.
Yeah.
At the end of the season to see how fucking off we were. Oh, Big Mike's got concerns still. You're nervous about the D-line. Not confident at all. Got to trust him, bro. Trust him.
We have the white rhino. So I'm going to say.
Him and then the other guy.
Yeah. So we'll see. Jaden. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his last name? Loving? Lovely?
Loving. Yeah.
Loving. Oh.
So
he'll do lots of hating on the field.
I hope. We'll see. We got all these other free agents. Let's see how they shake out. Be curious to see the rotation. Obviously, some of the guys aren't going to make it, like Lynch, practice squad, maybe. We'll see what happens. But I think they have more depth than they did last year. We got a bunch of good guys, maybe nobody great. And that's how we're going to attack it, it seems like this year. So we'll see.
Well, and guys, too, coming back healthy. Guys
Mhm.
coming, everybody comes back 100%. So it's clean slate. You know, we were all high on Shamar Turner when we drafted him. The kid just got hurt really early on, and it was a season ender. We're going to get him back, so we get to, like, restart over with him. He might bring something to the table that defensive line sorely needs. That's what my hope anyways, okay? Now I'm half glass full guy when that's normally not my role on this show.
No, we'll bring you along, Big Mike. Don't worry. We have plenty of time to convince you that we're going to be okay, like to the tune of 5 months. So,
Oh. But all right, man. Great show. Again, thanks you guys for coming out. Hit that like button on your way out before you take off. Hit that like button. We love you guys so much. Thank you for coming out. And let's see, next show Sunday morning. Until then, bear down.
bear down.
Wait, hey, now one last comment. Oh boy. Hold on. What did you say here? Chicago Bears' first regular season game in 2026 is scheduled for September 8th. Which is
161 days.
Okay, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That is, I could do that standing on my head.
Mm-hmm.
161 days. 160 days and a wake up. Boys, have a good week. We'll see you Sunday morning. Again, if you guys are interested in anything else, you want to hear about the beef ticks, you want to hear about anything else, gas prices, tune in tomorrow night. See you guys. Bear down.
Peace.
The Bears.